Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. In today's video, we're clearing the air. I want to get a few things off my chest and share with you some of the unpopular opinions I hold when it comes to skincare brands, the community, and all of that good stuff. I always like to be 100% transparent with you guys here on the channel and share with you some things that maybe run counter to the narrative that you see online, both here YouTube, Instagram, and Reddit. I think often we can become shamed into wanting to think the exact same thing as a lot of other content creators and beauty influencers, but it doesn't have to be the case. When it comes to skincare, you should always use what works for you. And that's why I want to break that cycle and share with you today some unpopular opinions that maybe you guys might actually agree with me on. So sit back, relax, let's talk some unpopular skincare opinions. Now, before we get into this video, I would love to know any other unpopular opinions you want to sound off about and add to this list. So let me know in the comments section below. There is zero judgment here on Mad About Skin. I always say use what works for you, and we all have our individual ethics, opinions, skin types, budgets, all of that goes into the decisions we make when it comes to buying skincare, and there is no right and wrong. These are just my thoughts, feelings, and opinions, and I'd love to hear yours too. Whilst you're down there, hopefully you want to give this video a big thumbs up and a like. Never forget, the more likes a video gets, the more widely YouTube distributes it on its platform, so it's just a fantastic way of supporting me and the channel, and for that, I'm always so grateful to each and every one of you that takes the time out of your day to just give that like button a gentle caress. Now, with all that being said, shall we cut the waffle and just delve straight on in? An unpopular opinion number one is, I really like St Ives skincare. I know, we're kind of conditioned to hate St Ives, all because of their apricot scrub. The apricot scrub, not a great product. I relied on it in the 2000s to literally scrub away my acne. Full disclaimer, that didn't work. It made the situation a whole lot worse. And I wouldn't recommend anybody reach for that apricot scrub, except on like the elbows and the feet, where actually, you know what, it is quite effective. For the face, it's a firm pass. But I don't really know why everyone wants to demonize a particular brand just based on one single product. Every single brand out there banned on has a dud product in their collection. It's impossible to like everything a brand promotes. And I think for, St Ives, the apricot scrub unfortunately is their best selling product, and it's also their worst. But I don't think we can tell the whole brand just by that one product. Also, they've done so much great stuff in the last couple of years. They've really turned around their ethics and the way that they're looking at skincare and its contribution to society, the community, and all that good stuff. They started by going entirely cruelty free, and this meant they pulled out of the very lucrative Chinese market. I think this does take a lot of, I've got a lot of respect for brands that do this, because you're giving up a lot of coin, a lot of sales and profit by pulling out of China, but they did so because they thought it was the right thing to do, so they can call their entire line cruelty free. And you know what, I think we should support and shop brands that make that decision. They also really up their charitable giving and causes that they support, which I think is really nice to see from a brand, and they seem, from my perspective at least, to be doing everything right. They're also looking into the sustainability of their packaging, how they can reduce plastic and everything. They kind of just seem to be ticking a lot of boxes, but we all want to hate on them just because of that apricot scrub. So I would say look past the apricot scrub, which honestly won't work for most people out there, but look at some of the other great products that St Ives has to offer. There are their body moisturizers to die for. Not only are they ridiculously inexpensive for the amount of product you get, but they also leave the skin feeling like silky smooth. They come in a range of gorgeous scents, and on top of all of that, they've got some great beneficial ingredients. I love the oatmeal one the most. If your skin is a little bit irritated, a little bit dry, particularly in winter, this should be your go-to winter moisturizer. It is game-changingly good. It calms, it soothes, hydrates to the gods, and at a fraction of the cost of some of the bougier and more luxury moisturizers. I think St Ives honestly have something to offer the world. Maybe not with their apricot scrub, but look past it and appreciate a brand that's trying to kind of do the right thing, and I think deserves our support. Now, unpopular opinion number two kind of relates to a brand that's the exact opposite of St Ives, and I'm talking about Laneige. Laneige is getting a load of hype and love thrown at it in a way that people would never hype up St Ives, but honestly, I don't think it's deserved. For a start off, Laneige isn't a cruelty-free brand. They continue to sell into mainland China because they want that coin in the cash register. So that's something that definitely to call out, and if you read their website, they're not pretty clear on that. They have a lot of we don't test our products on animals, and you look at the small print, it's others do on our behalf, but only when required. And it's kind of all a bit cop-outy and not particularly transparent, but people still love the brand. The prices of the products also are sky high when you look at the ingredients and the formulation. I've always said here on Mad About Skin, I don't mind paying more if I get more, but you don't get more with Laneige. You get pretty standard products, often that come with a ridiculous amount of fragrance to them, yet you also see people saying these are amazing for the price. It's not. I think we can do better. The lip sleeping masks are clearly their best sellers, and honestly, I bought them just because I wanted to try them out, see what the hype was about, and they did nothing for the lips. In fact, they disappeared after like 5 minutes, and I thought, do you know what, there are so many better lip balms at the drugstore. In fact, I covered some of my favourites in a recent video, which I'll link up there. You kind of don't need to pay laneige prices for what I think is a very mediocre product. Now, unpopular opinion number 3 relates to Glow Recipe, and I'm going to duck and cover because I know so many of you guys adore Glow Recipe. And I'm not talking about, you know, the consumer and their opinion of it, because I know these products work so well for so many people, and in skincare, use what works for you. If Glow Recipe works for you, sound off in the comment section below and let me know. What I don't get is the relentless positivity towards this brand from content creators in the skincare space, even when products don't work. I think what really rubbed me up the wrong way was the recent launch of their watermelon sunscreen. This product was garbage. If you read any independent review on it, it was garbage. It balled up. You couldn't use it in a skincare routine alongside other products. It stung people's eyes. It irritated their skin. The formulation was so mediocre. And yet every skincare content creator got it and was like, oh, this is amazing. Yeah, it does sting a bit. Yeah, it balls up a little bit, but it's so good. I'm like, if that was any other brand, you would be calling this out for the garbage that it is. And yet somehow Glow Recipe gets a pass. I don't think that one product, like I said with St Ives, should define the whole brand. And Glow Recipe do have some really good products. Their toner is really nice. I know so many of you guys love their dew drops. Just for me, I don't understand why content creators feel like they have to defend this brand at all costs when sometimes they just hit the mark, miss the mark hard. Is it a case of sponsorship in the background? I don't know, but for me, it was pretty alarming when I saw everyone desperately trying to fangirl over what was one of the worst sunscreen products I think has been launched this year. Now, unpopular opinion number 4 is I love supermarket skincare. I know. For the longest time we've been told you really shouldn't. Supermarkets just throw out really cheap and nasty products that kind of you buy because you're there and in the moment, but don't add any value. I think that's totally changed. I love going to the supermarket and shopping in the skincare aisle, and some of my favourite holy grail products for my skincare routine are from the supermarket. It's a little bit annoying because what I fangirl about from the supermarkets here in the UK obviously won't be available in North America, Australia, and vice versa. So it can be a little bit difficult as a content creator to fangirl about very specific territory-based products. But honestly, I think the supermarket, the grocery store, is where it's at when it comes to skincare. So promise me, when you're next there, you'll shop that skincare aisle, particularly for things that don't need to break the bank. Hand creams. You don't need to overpay for a good hand cream. You can get one for like £2, $3. Trust me, go to the supermarket, you will love it, and you'll get some great products. Also, I think, you know, some of the other things that we don't need to be overpaying for, sunscreens. If you want a really nice family budget-friendly sunscreen, you can get them at the supermarket. Lidl, which had their CN brand, some of my favourite sunscreens that I've ever discovered, and at a fraction of the cost of the more expensive ones. So that I definitely would recommend again. Just remember, next time you're at that supermarket, don't walk past the skincare aisle. Fill your basket, because honestly, I think you'll be impressed. Now finally, unpopular opinion number 5 is that Mario Badescu doesn't deserve a second chance. I don't know what has happened in the skincare community, in the influencer community, but everyone's now back on the bandwagon of fangirling about Mario Badescu, saying how amazing their products are. They're not. As a brand, they're shady and unethical, something I covered in a recent video, which I'll link up there, to save me having to cover it again today. But, you know, they haven't apologised for anything, they haven't changed anything, and they've launched a few fragrance-free products, and everyone's like, oh, they're listening, this is wonderful. They're not listening. They have treated the customer with like the lowest level of respect, utter contempt, and yet they come out with a fragrance-free mist, and everyone's like, oh, this is like game-changing and amazing. It's still an overpriced mist. But for some reason, I don't know whether they're buying this influence or what's happening. I just can't be bothered. And I think, you know, when a brand just can't do the basics right, like apologise and actually treat the consumer with respect, it doesn't matter if they come out with the most earth-shattering product going, I just don't want to be interested in it. And I think I'm surprised at the quickness and the speed at which, you know, influencers have kind of turned on this and said, actually, you know what, put aside the fact that they had undisclosed steroids that caused so many health issues in their previous products. They've got a really nice adaptogen mist, and I'm all over it. No. I think we can do better. We have so much choice in the skincare world in 2022. I think we can do better. So it might be unpopular, but I don't see myself ever jumping back on that Mario Badescu bandwagon. I just don't think we need it in our skincare lives. So there you have it, guys. I wrote down 5 unpopular opinions in skincare. I genuinely think, if you want to take one takeaway from this video, is go to the drugstore, go to your supermarket, your grocery store, and look at some of the super and hyper affordable skincare products. Try them, because I think you'll be impressed. We need to reset our mindset. You don't need to pay more to get more. You absolutely can do skincare on a budget, and I think the supermarket, drugstore, and grocery store is kind of our best friend when it comes to that. Sign up in the comment section below with any other opinions you want to throw into the mix for this video, wherever you are in the world, guys. Stay safe, stay well, and love your skin. Take care. Bye.